Day 32 of the war with Hamas, and IDF troops pushed further into the Gaza Strip and are reaching close to the terrorists' main command center under Al-Shifa hospital. Airstrikes have been pounding the area around Al-Shifa, and buildings in the hospital complex have reportedly been hit. The army is continuing to target Hamas underground tunnel networks, and intensive airstrikes are continuing against all Hamas military capabilities. The army has already managed to cut Gaza in two and encircle Gaza City. The goal is now to deepen the pressure on Gaza City and the Hamas leadership. A number of top Hamas commanders were killed in recent days, and the army says that the terrorist group's ability to carry out counterstrikes is severely limited. The IDF is carrying out airstrikes against sites belonging to the Hezbollah terror group in southern Lebanon. This in response to some 30 rockets fired at northern Israel overnight. The Gaza-based Hamas terror group claimed responsibility for firing the barrage of rockets from Lebanon at northern Israel. 16 rockets were aimed at Nahariya, Haifa, and nearby towns. Rocket sirens sounded in the northern community of Shtula. While Hamas claimed responsibility, Israel holds Hezbollah directly responsible for rocket fire from South Lebanon. The Iron Dome air defense system intercepted most of the rockets that were fired. There were no reports of injuries or damage. 63 Hezbollah terrorists have been killed in Israeli reprisals during the 3 weeks of cross-border exchanges. Israel will have the overall security responsibility for Gaza in the post-war period. That was the word from Prime Minister Netanyahu, who told ABC News that after the war ends, Israel will have to retain security control for what he called an indefinite period. Israeli officials have insisted that Israel has no desire to occupy Gaza after the war. The Biden administration has warned that Israel could become bogged down in Gaza if there is no plan in place to replace Hamas if Israel succeeds in removing them from power. Netanyahu explained that without security control in Gaza, Hamas was able to attack Israel to a scale that we could not imagine. The Israeli leader said that he would agree to a pause in fighting only if Hamas releases all of the roughly 240 hostages being held in Gaza.
So we know the news is volatile and fast-paced, and we want to let you know that ILTV's new app is now available. So if you want to stay connected to the latest news from Israel, the Middle East, and the Jewish world, download our app now on all your devices. It's available in the App Store for both Android and iPhone.